Quietly, Star buried her face in his neck as her arms tightened around his shoulders. Several seconds passed as they stood, encased in each other's embrace. It felt so natural and perfect, with his hands holding her along her lower back and ribs, pressing her tightly, possessively against him. The feeling was more comforting than she could remember. A pair of lips brushed her temple, making her wish again that she could accept him in the light. She was slowly getting to the point where the thought of it no longer frightened her, but it would be a while longer before that could happen. But until she could, he would not touch her lips with his. In the past, the first thing any man she had dated had wanted to do was to mash his mouth against hers. Sometimes sloppily, sometimes hard, often hurtful, as if force and pressure were the hallmarks of a passionate kiss. Hunter had tongued and kissed and nibbled every inch of her body. She knew his mouth almost as intimately as the rest of him. Only, they had never truly kissed. The lack of it made her lips hungry to feel them. She wanted to know, needed to know, if he could burn her soul with his hot mouth as easily as he burned her skin. And I promise you, I will kiss you like no other man has ever kissed you or will ever kiss you. A shiver ran through her, and Hunter squeezed her tighter. Talk to me, my heart, he whispered in her ear, pressing her lips to his throat, where his neck was bare above the collar of his tunic. Star wanted to ask him 100 questions. She had to know, for the sake of her heart and her sanity, would he still be within her reach after she conceived? They would still be guardians. That was their life's duty. But was what she was feeling also running through his veins? Did his heart leap whenever she entered the room like hers did? Did he spend nights tossing and turning in bed because it had become too empty and too cold? Did he caress himself when he was in his cleansing chamber and imagine a lover's touch upon his skin? A lover's touch. She tongued off the comm set inside her mouth before responding. Udo? It was more breath than word. His mouth found her pulse beneath her ear as he freed a hand to push away her wealth of glossy black hair, and his tongue sent sparks all the way down to her toes. A tinny beep sounded, with an abruptness that surprised her. Hunter suddenly released her and stepped back, jamming his headset back on and thumbing the mic open. Yeah, deceiver. Be there in a sec. Star felt her skin contracting in the rush of cold that swept over her, as his warmth was no longer keeping her comfortable. As she watched him answer the comlink, it dawned on her that they had just held each other in the full light of day, in uniform, with her mind and her body reaching for him, and now watching him as he stood, staring at her with those blue eyes she would love to fly in. Hunter. Udo. Hunter. She blinked. Udo. Udo. Her eyes dropped to the notched neckline of his uniform, seeing it for the first time not as the attire he wore daily when he was a guardian, but as just another piece of clothing, keeping his body hidden and apart from hers. She couldn't see any buttons. No fasteners that she could tell. How in the world did he put it on? Screw that. How did he take it off? Her gaze dropped further. He was wearing boots. Were they ankle high? Or higher? It was hard to tell with his long pants. Star? Slowly she lifted her eyes to see a gentle smile on his face. Did he realize what was happening to her? Could he grasp the miracle that was coming over her? A small, tentative smile lit her face, and Star gently shook her head. No, she murmured quietly, so his headset wouldn't pick up her voice. Not now. Right now my name is Terran. Her eyes centered on his mouth. He had a beautiful smile. A perfect smile. A loving smile. It had the power to make her happy just to dwell on it. My name is Terran, Udo. And I think I've fallen in love with you.